Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Well, I hope you guys said fine and dandy. Today, guys, is Saturday. It's Sunday. My goodness, where have I been? It is Sunday afternoon, and it is 4:30. 4:30 on the dot. Hope you all had a great weekend. Today, guys, we're going to kind of tinker around with a couple little things here I want to show you. But first, I want to address this big old burn hole I put on this table. I had one of those projectors over here, other not making a video, and it got hot, and just within about 2 or 3 minutes it burnt my padding on my table here. So I'm thinking about, I can't get this no more. My son got this at FedEx. This was what they used padding in between the pallets, so he don't work there no longer, so I can't get this. So I love the feel of it. I mean, it's just make cushiony, and it's good that when you set your radios on. So I don't want to get rid of it right yet, so we're gonna have to patch this up. Well, my boy, he went to work for another company. He was hauling I forget what, twirling, that's what he was hauling. And they put that in about everything, like your brake cleaner, carb cleaner, all that. It's clear. It almost looks as clear as water. It's actually clearer than water. But anyway, he had delivered to VP Racing Fuels, and they gave him a bunch of these stickers. That's where this came from. And I got a few of these. I had it just stuck on my wall of tape because I didn't want to peel it right yet. But I think I'm going to just cover this up. I wish it had something to do with electronics, because we do a lot of electronical stuff over here, but we do some carburetors over here too, so I think it'd be all right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to clean this off. I'm going to clean this off real quick, guys, and put that down. But I just want to show you, because there is going to be a little change to the table, and y'all, part of it, y'all look at that old table a lot too. So let me get that stuck to it, and we'll get on today's project. All right, guys, there we go. And it doesn't look too awful bad. And now we don't have that big old burnt place looking at us right in the eyeballs. Now, I'm kind of finished for the time being with the rectifier, and I actually popped one. I busted this one up on accident. I guess too many bolts, and it did it in. But I had another one that was made out of a little bit bigger diodes, and it did really good. And it transferred good to that old radio, and it just wasn't enough voltage to make it work. But I did figure out how I really don't know why the transformer was humming, but yesterday when I hooked it up, it didn't hum. Everything worked good. So I'm going to experiment more at a further date, and just learning little bits here and there. That's how we do it. And so just want to let you guys know I'm a little bit closer to understanding the bridge rectifier a little bit more. Alrighty, let's get into today's video, guys. Alrighty, guys, today we are going to be talking about a little cassette player. About a month ago, I think it's been about a month, we looked at this old 8-track cassette player, and that's all it did. It was just an 8-track. It didn't have no radio or nothing. It just played your 8-track tapes. This little thing plays amazingly good. I mean, surprising that it did, but it did. It played really good, and I was really happy with it. And I was really thinking maybe putting this in the old 1976 boat, but it's heavy, and it don't have the bracket or nothing. It just probably wouldn't be practical. So I've been looking around, and I came across another little piece of forgotten technology. Yeah, this type of stuff is just, it's been pushed to the wayside, unfortunately. Back in the 80s and 90s, I mean, we loved our tape players. I believe, I don't know what state or wherever you grew up, but Sony was always the best cassette tape decks. They always played good. Even the CD players, when they came out, they was about the only ones that wouldn't skip when you hit a bump. But yeah, Sony was always really good and pretty affordable. Kenwood and Pioneer was pretty pricey, and Sony, they had them, in my opinion, had them beat. I love Sony's. But Radio Shack also sold a lot of radios, and this is one of them. This is a realistic little tape deck. It's just a little tiny, no radio, just a little tiny cassette player that you can mount underneath your dash. It's got two little mounts. You just put it right underneath your dash. And I say this was so, like, a lot of cars back then would come with like an AM, FM radio, and that's it. You wouldn't have cassette. You would have to pay extra for it or whatever. So a lot of cars didn't come with the cassette player. So I say this was, or the cars that, wasn't even, maybe cassette players wasn't even invented yet on some cars, but they had a radio and they wanted to upgrade and also put a cassette player in their car. And this is probably what this was made for that type of customer. Yeah, and it's a little realistic. Weighs about a pound, pound and a half. Very light, easy to install, underneath the dash, and it ain't going to be real super heavy. But yeah, it's a realistic. It is missing one of the little plastic knobs, but I'll give you all a little close up there. Pretty nice little radio. Here's some instructions on top. I don't know really what they say. I haven't looked at closely yet. I say this orange wire is something like a remote wire or something. It definitely looks like it's just been wrapped around there a very long time ago and just stayed in that position. So it must not be very important. I guess that's the ground here. We're going to have to clip this off because I didn't get the other end to this socket. But we can just clip that off and just use these wires here. And this, I would imagine it's 12 volt. I wouldn't say it's not that super old as if it would be a 6 volt system. So I'm pretty sure it'd be a 12 volt DC. So that's what we're going to deal with, guys. We're going to get this on the bench here. We're going to put some juice to it and see what it does. First, we'll take a peek inside, see what it looks like inside there. And, if there's hopefully, usually the downfall to these little cassette players is the little rubber belt inside. And it's just made out of rubber. And if it's not used for a very long time, that rubber stays idle in one place. It just gets gummy and really nasty when you touch it. It'll make your hands super black, and there's not much to bring it off. Usually kerosene or diesel is about the only thing that'll bring that black goo off if the belt gets stuck to your fingers. So hopefully we will not run across that situation. But we won't know till we get in, right, guys? So let's get you guys up on Sky Vision and let's get into this little jewel and see what she looks like. I had showed my father this, and he had this. So he supplied us with a head cleaner. For the young ones out there may be watching this video, they used to sell these for about $3.99, and it came with a little solution, and you put squeeze a little bit here in this little pilot hole, and with that sponge, and usually it's alcohol, so you can just use rubbing alcohol also, and you put it in your cassette player and give it a nice little play through, and usually it would clean your head on your cassette player, and it would be crystal clear again. Tapes would get dirty and stuff on the film of the tape, and because they got tossed around your car all over the place. They'd be all in the back seat, front seat, underneath the seat, jammed up in the dashboard. They was everywhere, so they got filthy dirty. So occasionally you would have to grab one of these and throw it in your cassette player and give it a good thorough cleaning. All right, guys, let me get you all up on Sky Vision, and we'll crack into this puppy. Alrighty, guys, we have our power supply here, and we got our tools over here out. Got them ready to roll. Let's see if we can get into this. It's been super windy here in Kentucky today. How's the weather been where you live? Hopefully it's been good and fair. I think we're going to have a pretty nice week. I think I picked a great week to take my last vacation of the year. Supposed to have some warm spells, and I'm thinking I may sneak out one day this week and be able to go hit the lake one more time, do some more fishing. one more last time, hopefully, before I have to winterize my old boat and put everything away for next year, for next spring. So I'm hoping that happens, and I'm wanting to get over to the radio museum. I have a radio. I want to run over there and see if they will possibly work on it for me. You know, of course I'll pay them, or I think they work on like donation only, so I can donate some money to it and get it fixed, because it's a little bit out of my league. It shocked the heck out of me here a while back, so I was like, nope, this one needs a professional to work on it. So I really hope they do that, because it's going to be it's a beautiful 1930s pedestal radio. I've already got the cabinet finished, and it's just absolutely beautiful. The cabinet turned out like unbelievable. It's actually one of my best pieces that I've actually sanded and stained, and put clear coat. I mean, it's amazing how it turned out. And, I'm really hoping I get the old radio going too. Here's one of the tubes. I'm going to have to replace this, because when I got shocked real bad that day, this blowed. This one is a, let's see, it is a X-380. And I think it's a rectifier tube too, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the old tubes. It only takes one of these old tubes. It's got the little pin here. So you got to have that little pin. It's a 4-prong. You got to have that little pin. It goes down and you twist it and it locks it in. But yeah, unfortunately, whatever I did that day, and I was only changing the capacitor, so I don't know what happened. But that was one of the worst shocks I ever had. So yeah, that was a little scary. But anyway, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about a cassette player. So here we go, guys. Can you see that? Make sure we're in. Yeah, we're in. Focus. All right. So I want to get in before we even fire it up or anything. Let's see if we can get in the cabinet, the case here. It says the cassette says caution. The cassette player is set to operate on 12-volt negative ground only. 12-volt negative set for ground. So, I mean, that's normal. It's a stereo cassette player, tape player model. Here's the model, guys. 12-1984. So this was 1984, I'm assuming. Power requirements: 12-volt DC negative ground. Use 4 or 8 ohm speakers. Custom manufactured in Korea for Radio Shack, a division of Tandy Corporation, Fort Worth, Texas 76102, code 9A2, serial number 020150. So the negative ground, that's just the same, ain't it, guys? It's, you just put your hot and then you ground it. I mean, they kind of word it there make me, they word it like that to make me worry. I've never quite read it like that. 12-volt negative ground only. 12-volt negative ground only. Alright, guys. I took a second there and paused it and read. I believe it wires like I always wire all radios, so hopefully I don't mess it up. Alright, let's open this up and take a peek at it, guys. Here we are there. We need a Phillips. Yep, we need a Phillips. With my little Chinese drill set, which I ain't knocking it. So far, it's still working. And for the ones that watch my videos, we got this, what, 2 or 3 months ago. So, and that's only the second charge. So, I mean, yeah, it's not going to get any big monster bolts or screws out, but it's pretty handy for this type of small work. So let's see if it comes out pretty easy. They don't fit too good. I'll have to get a better fitting one than that. Let's see if that fits better. Yes, perfect. Perfect. It's in a good tight. Oops, wrong way. There. Take them out. They really had their washers on that. There's the little clamp. Usually these are gone, the little brackets. They're usually gone when you buy these now. Did I hit that button? There we go. Take these little brackets off, and then we'll get the little screws out. Let's see. There's what looked like new, probably. Nice and shiny black. It has 4 little screws here on the side, 2 on each side. Get these 2 out. Alright. Now the cover should come off. And there we go. Man, it looks pretty daggone clean, but it has 8A tape in its lifetime. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see the 8 tape? Right here. So it's a tape eater. We know it's a tape eater now. I wonder when that happened. I wonder what date. Yeah, that really... Get that out. Oh, that was bad. I wonder what's on that. I wonder who was singing on that piece of film. It ate it, didn't it? It ate a big piece. That was a bad thing. That was a thing back then. You could lose your favorite tape. It was kind of like playing the lottery, you know. You just never knew what was going to happen, because that happened a lot. So, we know it's a tape eater. I was hoping to get further into it than that. So, I don't know if you take these 3 screws, if the whole thing will come out, or if it'll... Actually, the only thing I was wanting to check, not really need to take that, because I can see the belt right here. The belt's still on there. And it still feels pliable. Can y'all see the belt? Right here. And it still feels rubbery. So I'm not going to take that apart. DC right there, it says 12 volt. June 27th. Pretty nice looking little circuit board. Everything feels pretty tight. So we're definitely going to have to clean this before we even put a tape in it. And I'll find one of my generic tapes before we even... There's a lot of fuzz down there in that corner. It looks really clean. You wouldn't thought it would eat a tape. Not filthy dirty. Look at that. What is that? That's odd. Like some kind of fuzz or something. Yep. It's hard telling. Give you a nice little peek before we start cleaning on it. Put the juice to it. Old cassette player from Radio Shack. You know, they say there's still 1 or 2 Radio Shacks still out there. I think one of them's in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty. We're going to have to do a little work on this. We're going to have to cut this off. We don't need this no more, because I don't have the other end. So I'm going to leave enough in case one day I find one, but it's never probably going to happen. But just in case, we'll have enough wire there to solder it back on. I've got to find this, round this up a speaker too. There we go. Got enough wire there. Maybe one day if you ever run across another one. Got it. All right. So now we need to get these ready. There's that one. There's that one. Oh no, it's always satisfying to me to strip wires, especially with a good little stripper. I bought these at Lowe's about 2 or 3 years ago, and they've been so handy. And they stay good and sharp. Alright, there we go, guys. I probably need to put a little dab of solder on each one of those, but I think I will, because I'm not going to hook this up for the time being. And we'll get these little tips soldered, a little solder on so they don't fray on us. So let me do that off camera real quick, and we'll just use alligator clips from here on out. Well, I guess not. That'd just be probably a waste of time. I may do it later on in the future. All right, we got our wires ready. I do need to find us a speaker. See, what does this say even? Let's see. It's a Power Lead 5 MA Max. Switched. Maybe it's the on and off. Like I was saying earlier, memory wire. Not for sure. This is the ground. Somebody added extension to it, so I'm going to cut where they got black tape. We're just going to cut it off right there and read. There we go. Got rid of that old black tape because it could have a short. There's a total different type of wire. Alright, so now all we need to do is put some juice to it, guys, and we'll see what it does here. And I don't have a speaker right yet, so let's get us some alligator clips. Let's get us a black and a red one out here. There we go. Got that, and then we need a green for the speaker, green and yellow. We'll go ahead and get that out. So we'll have it. There's our yellow. We'll use for a speaker. I love these the green and yellow for some reason. I love that color on them. Okay, there's that. And then we'll keep another green one out just for if we need another one. Alright, we got that there. And these other 2 or 3 can go back. See, it leaves us. We got another yellow one here. Okay, we got 2 of each. Alright, cool deal. Alright, put the upper. Okay, alright. Now, I got my black and my red. Okay, we don't need these 3 for the time being. Put them back in the bag. Alright. Alright, guys, so we're going to take the the black. We're going to hook it here. Okay, just like that. Pull that rubber down so nothing's going to touch. That'll go to our negative to our battery. Like that. Then we'll get our red. And the red is here. I don't want none of these other wires to touch either. Usually there's a little diagram on the side here. It tells you what's your left speaker, or what's your front speaker and what's your rear. I didn't see any, so we'll have to play a guessing game on that. First of all, we just want to see if this thing's going to play. So we got that. We'll push. Well, we'll have to wrap it around a little bit here. Let's see. Pull that up. Take this. Twist it somewhere. And then put this on here. Kind of bend it a little bit like that, like a ball. That way we get good connection. And that should pull down on it. There we go. There we go. We have no wires showing. Alright. Make sure these aren't touching anything. I wish we had a little bit more wire to work with. Okay. So now, guys, let's see what it does when we put the power to it. Let's see. Alright. Got juice to it. Let me get my multimeter. Let's see, we got juice going to the radio, or to the tape deck. Alright, guys. Got my analog meter out today. My Lafayette. Haven't used this for a while. So let's see if we got juice up here. And we do. Looks like 12 volts. Maybe I need to turn it down a notch. No, that's too much. It's too much. Let's see. There we go. 12 votes. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put this over on here. Make sure we got it. Alright. So let's poke around in here, see. Well, I ain't seeing anything. I don't know if we got to put a tape in before juice would go in. I do have it grounded. Alright, there we go. So I guess we got to have the tape in. But right here we are. Hit the red. There's our 12 volts. So it is coming into the radio. We have it here and here. Alright. So all we need to do now is, I guess, a cassette tape. Alrighty, guys. Took a little pause breaker for a minute. And went and got some rubbing alcohol. This is 70. I guess I'm out of my 90. I wish I had the 90 proof, but I don't. So instead of putting a good tape in, we're just going to go ahead and put the cassette cleaner and clean it. And then I've got us a little junk speaker here from a little old transistor radio. That's what we're going to use. So we'll go ahead and hook that up. Get the wires hooked up for that. So we'll have that. I'll probably have to feel around down here to see where they go. Let's get a green one. Let's get a pretty green one. Get back where it goes. There we go. Get a pretty green one and hook it here. And I think I gotta strip that back a little bit. Huh, that's odd. I must have broke it off last time I used it. Probably have to take a ladder to that. Ladder, probably best. It's so thin. Well, am I going to find any wire? There we go. I probably could have just fastened it down there, but oh well. Now let's hook the lead, the gear clip to it. There we go. So those are ready to roll. And we'll take some rubbing alcohol. I had a little like medicine thing for kids. I cannot find it. So I'm going to try to get a little alcohol in that hole without making a huge mess. So I'm going to put some in the cap here. I'm going to hold it over here and pour it in. Got it good and wet. We're a little bit, a couple more drops in there. So that little sponge is full of alcohol. So now let's hook the ground back up and let's put the tape in and see what she does. And now nothing's touching, right? Nothing's touching. This brown wire is so close to that positive wire. It's worrying me. See if I can bend it over this way. I don't need no sparks. There, nothing's touching it. Okay, I think we're good now. Alright. So let's put, it's got a little red light. So it should come on if it's working. So slip the tape in. And we have nothing. There it goes. That's how to bounce it. So it's on. And it's cleaning. So let's see if we can feel around and get some sound. We gotta eject it. Uh-oh. Eject it out. We'll flip it. I don't know why it rewound. It ejects good, but I don't know why it's not playing. We lost power, guys, for some reason here. And this front keeps wanting to come off. I don't know what it's doing here. It's not engaging. It played the front of it, but now that I'm trying to get the back to play, it's not wanting to play backwards. Now, got alcohol all over the place. What is it doing? Huh. I don't know what it's doing, guys. There it goes. Maybe I had it in wrong. So let's playing again. We'll go through this a couple times. Seems like it's running pretty smooth. The belt seems like it's going pretty good. See if we can get it back. Flip it. That rewinds it. Huh. There we go. See the belt running, guys? Can y'all see the belt running? Nice and smooth. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. I guess when you turn it over, it rewinds. Yeah, when you flip it, it rewinds your tape. It don't play on the other side for some reason. It just, that's weird, ain't it? Let's let it run through one more time. Make sure that head's good and clean. So we know that it already tore tape up. So hopefully it's all it needed was good and clean. Here we go. Get good and cleaned here. Alright. Eject. I think that's pretty good. Till we may have to do it again. So now we need a tape. And we need a cassette tape. And I put those up other day. So I'll be right back. I got to come to the top shelf there and grab my cassette tapes. Alrighty, I had them puppies pushed all the way on the very back. And I got a few more somewhere, but I don't know where those are, and I knew where these were. So let's pick us out a cassette tape. Which one do I like all these, but you all remember Elton John when Princess Diana accidentally got killed in 1997, and this he designated this song to her, something about the way you look tonight, and Candle in the Wind. 1997. Man, it don't seem like it's been that long since she had that real bad accident. That was 1997. Huh. I really need something, and there's a classic Elton John. I really need something Percy Sledge. I need something that I don't care super. Let's try Alan Jackson. Not that I don't like Alan Jackson, but if something happens to it, I won't be too awful upset. Okay. Let's see if Alan Jackson will play. This is the Who Am I album. And I don't know what year this album came out. So, my little prongs broke on it, on the case. They was bad about that. And they kept getting cheaper and cheaper as time went by. The first cassette tapes, the cases was pretty strong. But I swear they started using the bottom of the barrel plastic for them there at the end of the tape here. Alrighty. So let's put this in here and let's see if it's going to play. Well, let's do the other side. It's finicky. Okay, she's playing. So now let's get our... Uh-oh. I could have swore it was eating. I think it's eating the tape. Okay, we're fast forwarding. I think it was trying to eat the tape, but it didn't. Man, this front plate just keeps, the screw keeps it in there, and you've got it back together, and man, talk about a pain working on it. Now I don't want to go back into its little position. Just took it, pull them off. We got some dust in there anyway. These out. Really need some shop air. There's a bunch of stuff underneath there too that needs to come out of there. More of that mystery fuzz. Let's unhook this for a minute. Let's see. We'll get all that mystery fuzz out of it. That could be what's making it want to. Somebody must have had a long-haired dog or something. They rode in a car a lot. Okay, there's that. So now let's see if we can get this back on. I'm missing one of the little buttons already. There we go. That little thing is just for the light. So there's nothing really here to break. Let's put this back on. Try to get it lined back up. There we go. We're back on. We're back together. So now, let's try this again. Let's put our ground wire back on. Check. Alright, let's see if we can get her playing again. Alright, let's see if we can get some sound out of it. Yep. It stopped. Oh, it's the end of the tape. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm hearing something here. little static. Is that the end of the tape? Huh. Uh-oh. What happened? Well, it didn't eat the tape. I think if it plays for a little while, it will get copyright. I think if it plays for a while, guys, it'll be alright. Let me get another tape so we can switch through. Maybe we don't get a copyright. I know I will. But let's see. This is the Cars. I love the Cars. Should I or should I not? I think it'll be alright. Well, my main play. Shake it up. Fast forward works. Yeah, you just hold it on the on the button. Uh-oh, what happened? Something happened. Huh. I don't know what happened there. Sometimes it gets finicky. There it goes. We're at the end though. Maybe that's what it was. It was at the end. A lot of treble. No bass. Alright, we're going to run this through it one more time, just for good measure. I was wanting to put it in my boat, but I don't know, guys. It's awful finicky, and it almost acts like it wants to eat a tape. So we'll put it through the cleaner again. Oh, I hate copyright stuff. I mean, just because if you play a couple seconds on a song, people, they want to get all upset and mad. I mean, I'm not, it looked like they at least let you play a little bit of the music, but they won't, man. And it's getting worse. There was a few things came out to public domain here the other day. One of them was Betty Boop. Betty Boop was one of them. There was actually some Walt Disney ones. I think it was Pluto. No, it wasn't Pluto. It was one. Donald Duck or one is now public domain. So I mean, after so long, stuff does come where we can use it. But alright, guys. So let me get this buttoned up real quick, and we'll see if it works when it's all back together. Alrighty, guys. We got her back together, and let's hook her back up and see if it plays when it's together. I ran the cleaner through it one more time, and I give it about 10-15 minutes to sit here and dry, because you really need to let it dry. I think that's why it's kind of sluggish there earlier. But we're going to listen to a second or two of Dan Sells. If you've never heard Dan Sells, you're missing out. Great singer from back in the 80s. Got some beautiful songs. And I'm sure you probably heard this one, Bop. That's a good song. So I don't know what's on here when we play it. So I don't think it's going to be Bop with me, baby. All night long. Let's see. Let's see if it still works, guys. I think it's at the beginning or at the end. And that's almost got like a ghostly sound. It's like in the back, you know what I mean? It's like music playing way in the background. Sound. But yeah, it sounds pretty good. Alrighty. Unfortunately, that's all, guys, I can play without getting a copyright. And I'll probably get a copyright anyway. But alrighty, guys. It seems to play pretty good. A little blast from the past. This is just some of the cool things we had back in the day. Unfortunately, everything's so digital and everything's going to be on a one device and so boring. I mean, the future looks very bleak to me because I came from a different time and we're going into a really weird, this is my opinion, into a really weird and to me scary time with things that are coming, AI, digital currency and stuff. Hopefully I live the next 30 or 40 years and I still can enjoy this and I can still go spend my paper money and my coins. Hopefully. But it seems like every day they trying to make it where, that's going to disappear. I heard on the radio today, Buck, and I forget the other guy who took over for Rush Limbaugh. They kind of get on my nerves every once in a while, but they was talking about, oh, we don't know why people want coins for. We wouldn't mind if coins just disappear. You know how stupid that sounds? That's, they got money. So that's probably that's probably it right there. People that don't have a lot of money, they kind of put their change up and save it for like holidays and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. How could you save it I guess you could put it on your debt. But here's the thing. It's not yours. If it's not in your hands, I wish I could get this to people. If it's not here in your hands, it's not real. So, it just aggravates me. But we don't want to get on this. We want this to be a happy video. So we got another little piece here. It seems like it's playing pretty good. I may put it in the 1976 Wave Tide bass boat out there. I don't know yet. Alrighty, guys. Oh, before I get out of here, guys, this is getting to be the weather to watch movies. And you can go get you a Blu-ray, DVD, or VHS and get you some movies at your local flea market. I'm going to be watching Indiana Jones this weekend. I'm going to try to sit and watch. I can't remember. Which one is it? The Last Crusade, I think. I can't remember exactly what happens in that one. So, it is that time of year, so get yourself a system or whatever type of device that you like and grab your host some movies, man. Sit down and enjoy them. Bring the family in. Alrighty, guys. I hope everybody's doing good. Oh, before I get out of here, guys, I'm still stuck at the same number on my subscribers. I don't understand it. I know that my channel is not like the most exciting, the most best channel out there, but I also seen other channels to prove that mine's not the worst, but mine is at a standstill. So if you wouldn't mind, I hate even asking, but if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe, hit the like. It really helps. I don't know why. I've been at this one number for almost all summer, and I just can't get it. I think it's 657. I cannot budge off of it. So it don't cost you nothing, and even if you don't watch my videos anymore, it ain't gonna hurt nobody. Just hit that subscribe button. I would surely appreciate it, because I would like to get up to 1,000, and that was my goal when I started. I love sharing all my stuff with everybody. It gives me a way to share my stuff, and I love that about my channel. But I don't know. It just seems like a conspiracy. I'm at a standstill, so I don't know. It just don't make sense. You would think over 4 or 5 months, I think I got 1 or 2 subscribers, and I thank you guys for doing that. So, but I don't know what's going on. All right, enough of that. Until the next one, guys, I will see you right here at Redneck Ways. Bye, guys. You all have a great weekend. Have a great Monday tomorrow. And I won't be at the workforce. I'm on vacation. So, hold still. Wait a minute. And count to 10. And I'll probably make another video. I got a couple cool more things that we're going to get on the workbench. And probably see a couple extra videos this week where I'm going to be kind of bored and just tinkering around. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.